The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations warned of a continued collapse in food security in Yemen over the next 2 months, coinciding with the onset of the dry season. The organization confirmed in its new report on the results of last December's survey that no significant improvement in food security in Yemen is expected over the next 2 months. This report has more details.
The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations has warned of the continued deterioration of food security in Yemen over the next 2 months, coinciding with the onset of the dry season. The organization confirmed in its new report on the results of last December's survey that was the onset of the winter season and the end of the main harvest season. No significant improvements in food security in Yemen is expected over the next 2 months. The report added that unless humanitarian assistance is intensified for the targeted groups in the areas most at risk of food insecurity, the situation is expected to worsen as we approach the dry season. FAO called for increasing humanitarian assistance in areas where the level of acute food insecurity is likely to deteriorate sharply.
The humanitarian community, who I'm here to represent, is doing an outstanding job of supporting people through these crises. 116 million so far this year. I want to recognize their courage in Yemen and around the world. But they are overstretched, underfunded, and under attack. And this is preventing us from saving lives.
Otherwise, especially in the context of a collapsing economy and falling living standards, Yemenis will continue to suffer. Nothing justifies this suffering. Ending the war is a choice, one that remains within reach of the parties.
17 million people in Yemen are in need of food assistance. A growing proportion of the population is dealing with hunger emergencies, while 2 million children across Yemen suffer from acute malnutrition. Yemen came on top of the countries in the world facing the most serious consequences of rising prices as a result of the war that it witnessed for 10 years in a row after the war was ignited by the Houthi militia. Yemen has been in continuous war for 10 consecutive years since the Houthi militia ignited a coup against the state in 2014, which pushed more than 80% of Yemenis to the poverty line, where they need help and humanitarian aid.